Hey everybody, welcome back to Boost Your Income with Bootstrap to WordPress, and in this lecture we're going to be coding the sign up section at the very bottom of the page. Okay guys, and now in this lecture we're going to be coding this sign up section down here. You can see it has a little bit of a parallax effect with all these cool little hipster items. And some leading text with the sign up button where you can click and it will go somewhere. In this case, it doesn't go anywhere, but that doesn't matter right now. It's just about what it looks like. So let's jump into our code editor, and in your HTML, scroll down to the sign up section. And as usual, let's get coding. ID, sign up. And if you remember, if you want yourself a parallax background, you'll need to add a couple extra attributes to your section. So that is the data type attribute. And that will equal background because we're using our JavaScript or jQuery to select that. And data speed, I want this to be 4. Okay, and now we're going to be adding a container class with a child container or a child element of row. There we go. Little few things here. And we'll close that one up with a comment. Perfect. Inside here, we're going to put a call small 6, and we're going to offset that one by 3. Now you're probably wondering, how does that all work? How do you make sure something's centered if you're having an offset? Well, sorry, call small offset 3. There we go. So because I'm using a 6, I'm going to have 6 columns, and I want it to be in the center. And if I want it to look like it's in the center, I need to offset it by 3. That's because if you were to have another, so say you had 3 columns on the left, 6 in the middle, and then 3 on the right, you'd need to have 3, 6, and then 3. But because I'm centering this and I'm not having any content, I don't need to have empty columns on the left and the right. I just need to offset the 6 column by 3 on the left side, so it kind of has the illusion that we are in the center. Technically, we're in the center, so maybe it's not an illusion. It's a total reality. But if you want it to be centered, so let's say if you wanted 4 to be centered, you need to say call small 4 and then call small offset 4. What if you wanted 8 to be centered? Well, you need call small 8, call small offset 2. Get the drift? Hopefully that makes sense. All right. In here, level 2 heading. Are you ready to take your coding skills to the strong tag next level? Question mark. And then we're going to add a paragraph here. And in that paragraph, we're going to have an ahref. Not going to go anywhere right now. Class btn, btn large or LG, btn block, because we want it to span the full width of the parent element. Make it a block level element. btn success to make it green. And then inside that a tag, yes, sign me up. All right. Save it. Let's check it out, see what it looks like, and then we'll do some styling because we're going to need it. There we go. Are you ready to take your coding skills to the next level? Looks pretty boring, hey, compared to this. So let's make it look like this. This is way more exciting. Jump into that code editor again. Go to your CSS. Right under your testimonials, you're going to add or select the sign up ID. Text align everything center. Background URL, image hipster-stuff.jpg. That's the image that I called it. Center, repeat, fixed. All right, and then we'll do background size, cover. We want to cover it so that if we extend it to any size, that background image will stretch to fit it proportionally. Color white, the text, we want it to be white because this is a darker background. We need to be able to see that text. Padding, 140 pixels on the top and bottom and 0, just to space it out. All right, there's a level 2 heading in there, so we're going to select that as well. Sign up H2, and we're going to font weight normal because currently the default is bold, and we actually want it to be not bold. And then now we also need to select that strong tag within the level 2 heading, and we're going to give it border, bottom, and solid 2 pixels. I believe the salmon color is DD5638. Save that. one more thing. Sign up and the button. We're going to give it the font size of 24 pixels to make it a more acceptable size. Let's check it out. All right, kind of there. We kind of have a little issue here. It looks like something happened where our text went to Times New Roman or something. It's probably because we have a bug and I typed something wrong here. Font family normal. That's right. So that needs to be font weight. That's what it was. Type that out correctly. All right, now it'll be good. There it is. Looks good. And we should have our parallax background. You can see if you scroll, the background moves at a different speed than the foreground, and it gives this really cool illusion that there are multiple layers to our website. That is super cool. And there's our button. And now I believe there's one more thing. The button, technically, we have it a different color. The success button, we need to change that green color to the color that matches the brand of this website. So all we need to do, head back to your CSS and scroll up to your global section where you've been styling your buttons right here. So under button danger, let's add a few more things here. So button success. We want to style that in the background. We want it to be a separate green color than the default Bootstrap color. And border none. Under that, button success and pseudo class hover. So when we hover over that button, background, we want that to be a little bit different of a green. So 6, A, 9, B, 3, D. And the border color will be the same. We just need to select a border color. There we go. Save that. And let's check it out. So now our success button looks better. And I even saw one up here. Our subscribe button looks good. Now there's one thing I see here. Do you see when I click on this button, this blue outline appears? So that's a Bootstrap default style. And I don't actually want that. It happens on, I believe this is an actual button. So the button HTML. I don't want that outline on those. So let's go back to our CSS. So to remedy that outline, all you need to do, let's just put it here under our button class and go button pseudo class focus. And then if you say outline none, that should resolve that issue. Let's just see. No, it didn't. It's probably because it wasn't specific enough. So let's go button, the class of BTN focus. Let's just try it. And no dice. So basically, it's not specific enough to override the default Bootstrap style. So there's a couple things you could do. You could just make this even more specific and say button and then, button success. That might do it. Yeah, it did it. But then that kind of leaves us with the issue that it might, when we add new buttons, if we added another button, it might not work because it needs to be the success button. So you can add extra classes here, or this is where you might want to use the important right here. And that will just override any style that's trying to compete with it. And so that should work as well. There you go. Perfect. So there we go. We have our button there, and I think everything else is sorted out. We have our section at the bottom and our nice big button. Looks good. And hang in there. The next lecture will be the last one for this section. We're basically done the homepage. We're just going to do a couple things to fix the responsive layout here using some media queries, because as you can see, there are a few things that we could sort out. Everything looks pretty good already, but there are a few little things. As you can see, you can't read the text. These are kind of clumped together. And there are a few things that we will fix in our responsive media queries in the next lecture. So I will see you there.